All right, I got Troy here today, and I was going to tell you how I get asked all the time, how tight do you put the collar on? And I'll have clients and other people I'm training with, they'll put the collar on, that's it, and they'll have it so loose that the prongs are not making contact. So if we see this thing moving all around like that, obviously the prongs are not making contact, so they just got a weight around their neck. What you want to do, you want a firm, you want a snug fit. If you can get a couple of fingers in between the collar, you're in good shape. You got to have tight enough that the prongs are making contact with the skin, but you don't want it so tight that they can't breathe. Obviously, if the dog's struggling breathing, loosen it up a notch or two. People ask about the collars being wet, the dogs being wet versus dry. The collars made now, they're going to work in the land, water, dry, wet. It's not going to matter. Rain, the dog gets the same stimulation regardless of the conditions. All right, we got Troy here today. We are going to show you how we start collar conditioning. Collar conditioning is teaching the dog what the training collars stimulation is for. It's very simple concept. A lot of people are scared of collars, all that sort of stuff, but this is the single best training tool that we have. All we're going to do is transfer the leash pressure that we've been applying to these dogs to the training collar. And it's I'll turn the collar down as low as it will go in the beginning. So this dog already understands when I pull up on the leash that his butt should go on the ground. If he's venturing away from me and I pull him to me, I'm applying pressure with the leash. As soon as he gets back in the position I want, the pressure goes away. So we're going to introduce the same thing with the training collar. Day one, I'm going to do sit. This is about a 5-day process. So day one, all I'm going to correct on is sit. Day two, I'm going to start on sit, see if the dog is starting to understand the corrections, and then we'll start adding in here. So we're going to heel, sit, nick, sit. When I say nick, that means I'm nicking them with the collar. This particular collar has a continuous button. If I hold this button down, it's going to be stimulating the whole time. This one, I can hold it all I want to, and it just nicks. I've got it on the lowest setting of 1. Heel. We're going to give a lot of freebies in here. Sit. Good. Ultimately, what you're trying to do is speed the dog's response up. So there was no nick there. Heel. Sit, nick, sit. See, there's no reaction from the dog, but I can tell his sit is getting a little faster. That's what we're looking for. Heel. Sit. Good. Heel. Sit, nick, sit. I'm sandwiching that correction in the command. I'm saying sit, nicking with the collar, and saying sit again. That clarifies what we're looking for the dog. All right, day two, we'll start out with sit here, sit. Now we're gonna start adding here in, sit. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna sandwich the correction in the command. Here, nick, here, sit. Good. Sit. Here, here, sit. Good boy. Sit. We add a lot of free ones in. Day one is typically no more than 5 corrections. If the dog's not showing any response, I don't see an ear flicker or a blink or some sort of response, I may go up on the numbers. Dogs are just like people. They have different tolerance levels for electrical stimulation. Me personally, I'm very sensitive to it. I've got a good friend of mine, he can turn the collar wide open and it doesn't bother him at all. Dogs are the same way, so you got to find the right level to work with your dog. The main thing is you want to keep the pressure as low as possible to get the desired result. Here, Good boy. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Sit. Sit. Here, Nick. Here. Good. Sit. After you do this for a day or two, you'll see the dog's response starting to speed up. When you're doing sit, they'll start trying to sit faster by you adding the free ones in. They think they're beating that nick they're getting with the collar, and that's what you want them to think. The faster they respond, they can beat that pressure, whether it's by sitting or coming to you instantly. The last thing we do as far as collar conditioning is as we're walking at heel, where we've taken a hard turn and we kind of jerk the dog with us, we're then going to transfer that to the collar. So when I turn, I'll add a continuous right there until he gets back in the spot he's supposed to be. Heel. And you know, some of these dogs do it really well and you almost have to move quick to kind of trick them. Heel. Good. So as he was out that way, sit. I started applying continuous pressure until he came back into my side. The instant he got back where he was supposed to, the collar pressure went away. Good boy. At the end of these 5 or 6 days of collar conditioning, now your dog is comfortable in the yard. You can start to enforce some obedience commands in the field. They are still not ready to use the collar because they're cheating in the water or anything else. They know the collar with 3 things: here, heel, and sit. So that's what we'll build on that down the road when we get done with force fetch and that sort of stuff.